Well, it's July 3rd. I'm back home in Michigan for a couple days for the 4th. Today, we're gonna throw up a new cage blind. We got a pretty sweet setup for it here. We got a 3-acre food plot. If you're watching a semi-live a couple weeks ago, we planted this milo, grain sorghum. That's probably about a month ago. It's coming up really nice, but it's a 3-acre plot. We're gonna do an acre. We got an acre of milo here, and then the other half we're gonna do Big Sexy by Domain in this 2 acres. So it's gonna be a pretty dynamite spot with the grain sorghum here, Big Sexy brassicas over here, and then we're gonna run a scrape off that cedar tree. So we're gonna get this cage blind up. Got a lot of work to do today. It's gonna be pretty warm.
Tight?
Yeah.
Which one are you going to?
Don't matter. Well, we finally got the cage blind set up here. Took us most of the day, which we were planning on that anyways, but we're super excited how it turned out, the spot. You get up in there, you can see this whole plot super well, and we were just, coming up with ideas as we're putting it up. Like, we want to get some miscanthus in here in front of it so you can sneak in, sneak out better, which I want to talk about access for this spot and why we chose to put it here. We chose to put it here because we don't have anything to bow hunt in this tree stand. We do have a shack, like probably 200 yards away from us here, that you can gun hunt in this stand, but we could never bow hunt it because all the deer are coming from the south and there's no trees here on the north. It's just a big prairie grass field. So getting this cage blind allowed us, to be able to hunt this with a bow. So that's why we put it here, and we put it on this corner because this plot's 3 acres, but we are not planting. We planted this 1 acre over here sorghum this year just to kind of break it up. Next year we're gonna plant some fruit trees and some conifers and stuff in this area because we don't need a 3-acre plot of brassicas. So, but for this year, with it being grain sorghum, the deer are gonna come out and work the brassicas, and they're gonna wanna get to this grain sorghum like in October, early October, later October. So it's gonna lay out perfectly. Plan is we're also gonna throw like a scrape tree 20 yards away from here. We got a tree just behind the camera, but it's like 35, and my sister and my dad are gonna be hunting a lot this year, especially in this spot in the cage. So we're gonna put a scrape tree in like 20 yards away, kind of right on this transition between what will be brassicas and this grain sorghum. But access wise, We got this prairie grass field. You can loop around the whole prairie grass field, and we kind of made a trail, a little two-track trail, cutting right through this bottom, these two little hills. You go right in between there, and with some miscanthus up in here, you're gonna be able to get in and out of here super easily. But we have so many deer in late September and early October using these plots. Most of our target bucks are actually in these plots, but we just can't ever hunt them. There's so many deer and hard to play or win, but here we can perfectly blow a south straight back behind us. These deer will come out in this corner and kind of work the whole plot across. So we're super pumped with how it turned out. It's an awesome spot. It's gonna be a real fun spot to sit in bow season, a good spot on a rainy day or something, especially if with a cameraman, you can just jump in here and sit most of the day. But excited to get some food in the ground here and see what starts showing up, and we got a good plan for this food plot this fall.
Down. Got it down. That one's done. I'm happy with them. Really excited to put a wrap on a quick North Dakota season for myself.
Holy smokes. That is a heck of a deer.
Well, it's July 5th here in Michigan. 2 days ago, we put up the cage blind out back in another one of our food plots, but today I'm gonna be mowing some clover. This is new clover from this year. My dad frost seeded it this spring. This field actually last year was a brassica plot. We frost seed into our brassicas usually because by the time the deer are done with the brassicas, it's like 90% dirt. They got it all ate down just to about the bulbs. So it's a really good crop to frost seed your clover into come spring. This clover's doing really good this year. Typically with clover that's already established, we would have mowed it probably a month ago, but we're letting this grow up, get a little bit taller. So now we're gonna mow it, just kind of get some of them grasses down. We sprayed 2,4-DB, and then we sprayed clethodim. The grasses are starting to die, so we're gonna mow the top of the grasses now. Probably do one more mowing in late August, and then a couple days after that mowing, we're gonna spray liquid courage on it. It's a liquid fertilizer by Domain. But I'm excited. We're gonna get to it. We're gonna mow this clover plot, and then we got a little small clover plot on top of the hill there. So that's the plan today. We're gonna get to it.
Hey guys, just wanted to talk to you a little bit today about the new MAV hunt by Trick Outdoors. This is the e-bike that we're working with this year, and we're very excited to be working with the guys at Trick Outdoors. They've been just a great partner to work with us so far. Just wanted to kind of break down the bike. We've been lucky enough to work with a couple other bike partners in the past, and just wanted to kind of go through the Mav Hunt and where we feel like it stands out compared to a lot of the other e-bikes out in the industry. There's a lot of different options, but we really think the Mav Hunt is one of the top e-bikes on the list. One of the big things I really like about this e-bike in particular, the Mav Hunt is super lightweight. There's so many options on the market, like I said, and a lot of them honestly come pretty heavy from the factory. This e-bike is honestly not a whole lot heavier than a mountain bike. It's super easy to get in and out of a vehicle. You can mount it onto any sort of bike rack mounting system. So that's one thing I really like about the bike, is that it's just not really a pain in the butt when you're trying to transport it to and from the field. Some of the bikes that we've used in the past, we've kind of deterred from using them at times just because it was almost a hassle to take them to and from where we were going to be hunting, or if we were out scouting and things like that. So as you can see, the front side of the bikes have built-in shocks. Just helps with suspending that load while you're bouncing around, going up and down hills, rocks, you name it. It just kind of helps absorb that shock while you're traveling to and from the stand or to and from scouting. The Mav Hunt has built-in mud flaps, which is very nice if you're going through those muddy fields, going through water, things like that. Just helps kind of allow you to block some of that mud from getting on your boots, getting on your clothes, and coming out of the woods hopefully dry and not muddy. The Mav Hunt has a built-in throttle in the handle, which is pretty cool because you can just twist it to speed up and get going. And a lot of the other bikes that we've used in the past, they have the thumb throttle, which is nice at times, but this allows you to just have your hands on the handles at all times. The Mav Hunt does have 2 gears for lowering and increasing your gears in the pedal. The e-bikes that we've used in the past don't have that. They're just single speed. So it is kind of nice if you're just pedaling, and if you want to increase, decrease that gear, you can do that as well. The Mav Hunt has a accessory option for the Compline. This is a bow and a gun mount. So it's really nice actually for when you're traveling in and out of the stand. You don't have to worry about strapping that bow on a pack or worry about it bouncing around or getting damaged. You can just lock it right in here on the front handlebars, your bow or your gun, and you're good to go. The battery is located right below the seat here, and it's easy enough to plug in and charge right stationary from the bike, but you also have the option if you want to bring it inside to charge it. Just by the turn of a key, you can pop this battery out, bring it indoors, or you can just leave it out in the garage, wherever your charging station is. You don't have to move the bike to it. So it's kind of a convenience thing, very nice. And then to reactivate it, you just slide it right back on, you're good to go. So as far as battery life goes, we've been getting right around 20 plus miles out of a charge. It really just depends on the amount of incline you're going up and down in the field. But I would say on average, we're getting about 20 plus miles on a full battery charge when we're operating these bikes. The other really nice thing about the Mav Hunt is that you can actually adjust your wattage on the bike. Some of the states that have regulations on using bikes on public land and things like that require a certain wattage. So you can actually power these bikes down to the regulated wattage for whatever state you're hunting in, and you can be all legal as far as that goes too. It's really simple, just a matter of adjusting it on your dash and your settings, powering it down, and then you can easily enough power it right back up if you're using it in other applications. The Mav Hunt and all the Trick Outdoors products are made in Bangor, Wisconsin, made right here in the USA out of high quality materials. And if you haven't already, go check them out. You're not going to be disappointed with these bikes. They're some of the highest quality e-bikes out on the market. And that's the thing that we love about them the most, is that these bikes are made in the USA. A lot of your bikes out there are not. So buy American, buy a good quality product, and hope you guys enjoyed watching this, and go check out the Mav Hunt from Trick Outdoors. All right, it's July 10th here today. We're out on my permission farm, just trying to finalize some of the food plot stuff here. We got most of the food plots mowed over the last week and sprayed, and we just want to come out here today. Our plan is to burn these probably in the next week. So we're gonna come out here. We got the weed whacker, and we're just gonna kind of go around the outside of the plots here and get a little bit of a fire break. In here, some of this grass is a little bit too tall to just go in here and till. Ideally, I'd like to till the outsides before we burned them, but we tried doing that last year. It didn't work out very well, so we're just gonna go around the edges of them with the weed whacker and try and weed whack them down to dirt so we can create some sort of fire break here, and then we'll come back in here in the next week and get stuff mowed. But we got one food plot out up front. That's kind of our main food plot. It's probably a little over an acre in size. That one, we got to go in and we got to still finish mowing some of it. And we're actually going to go back in and spray it again. Me and Ross were out here about a month ago, sprayed it, and it worked pretty good. We probably got half of it killed, but it was all pretty tall grass then. So there's some stuff that's still pretty green. So we want to go back in there and hit it again just to be safe. And that'll be pretty much it. We got one little stand we're gonna trim up a little bit. We set it up this spring, and some of the branches have already grown back quite a bit. So we're just gonna trim that up a little bit better. That way on that main plot we can shoot the plot a little bit better. But that's kind of the main goal of getting that stuff done today. And then we're gonna be burning here in not too long.
Well, it's like 10:30 right now. Mike had to run and grab some more string and a little bit of fuel to keep the old steel running, but pretty much at a standstill right now. Not a lot going on. Sun's starting to peek out, birds are chirping, dogs are barking, creek's running. It's nice and wet down in this bottom, so the mosquitoes are about as thick as they come. But I think Isaac and I are probably gonna take a little nap here, wait for Mike to get back.
All right, we just got back to the house here, got everything unloaded. It was a productive last couple days. A lot of work, not a lot of exciting work, unfortunately, but it's stuff they needed to get done to get the food plots ready to go. We got everything all trimmed up around the edges. We got the big food plot sprayed. All the other plots have been sprayed about a week ago. So we're just gonna give that one a day or two here to make sure it's dying off. And we're gonna start burning here pretty soon, because we want to get these plots in fairly soon on that farm. So ideally, we'd like to get a couple more food plots up on another permission piece or two that we can hunt. But it's just gonna depend on the weather and what we can all get done with the limited amount of equipment we have. So.
Well, it's the evening of July 14th. Got the interns out with me again. We've all been doing our own scouting a lot. The other night, I did a hanging scout on my permission piece, and I filmed a nice 10-point. It was just good to see that there's deer out there, which I knew there would be, but I didn't think this quickly there'd be a buck like that hanging out there, somewhere in there, but that was cool. Tonight, we're heading over to some public we've been scouting. The interns actually came with me about a week ago. We scouted this place, seen some deer. Not a whole lot of bucks, but We went on a crappy night. It's still, right now, tonight, it's super warm. It's like 34 or 94 degrees. It's like 94 degrees. It's been hot the last couple of days. But as the sun goes down, it starts to cool off a little bit. So hopefully we'll see some good bucks tonight. Oh, we got a pretty nice buck out here. We can see him from the road. We're gonna get out and film him. There's also a couple more deer out there that are definitely bucks. So let's see what we got. We're gonna get out of here. We're getting tore up by mosquitoes. Well, that's gonna wrap up tonight's scouting. Pretty slow. Like I said, it's been really warm out the last few days. We did come up to that one field. There's quite a few deer in there, and that one goofy buck that's gonna be a pretty nice deer. But other than that, it's been a pretty slow night. The area is not known for a lot of deer based on what I've seen the last 2 years, but pretty slow regardless. That's gonna wrap up this week's semi-live. We appreciate you guys watching. Good luck to everyone out there doing their velvet scouting, and we'll see you guys in the next one.